Okay, it went down. So we do have to add. Come on in, guys. Come on in. I had a interruption, or there was some. It just wasn't doing right. So let's try this thing again. So okay, there's okay. So come on in, y'all. Come on in. Y'all couldn't hear me last time, and it was just a bad reception. So we're gonna do this thing. So I'm just inviting you guys to come in to our lift. Just inspirations today. I just want to get on. I promised you guys last week that I was coming back on. I want to come on every Wednesday. Tell me how you feel about that. Tell me if you would like to see us come on every Wednesday with our lift. And we just want to put out just a good inspiration for you throughout the day. I need your hearts and I need your thumbs ups, that kind of thing. Okay, and we're just trying to figure out how to do this thing here. We're going to invite our guest on. She was invited. Okay, so Liv, go and see if you're invited. You are invited on there. See, can you go on there and see your invite? But just come on, invite a friend, invite a friend, invite a friend. Y'all, I'm excited. We have so many things going on, and like I said, we're getting on today. We want to have conversations with Lady T today, but I think I'm gonna call them Wisdom Wednesdays. What y'all think about that? Y'all let me know. But come on. I'm gonna tag a few people, and then we're gonna get started. I just hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Okay. Okay, Liz says she's on here. Okay, but maybe my house can't do this. Okay, I accepted it. Okay. This might be on my end now, Leah. We're going to get you on here. Okay, we're going to wait for some more people to come on too. Okay. Just a second. You sent the invite. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Get Megan. Come on in. Liz, just stay there. We're going to get you. I'm going to go ahead and invite some people to come on. I want to invite some folk to come on in. Come on in. I lost my group. But y'all come on. Come on in. While we're doing that, I'm going to go and tag a few people. Okay. Y'all come on in. Y'all, I did good last week. Y'all know I'm not that computer savvy. But y'all come on in. Just give me 1 second. Don't leave me. Just a second, guys. If you have not joined our Lyft page, come and join our Lyft pages. I see that some of you are on there, but invite some other people to, talk about our Lyft page. Lyft is Ladies in Fellowship Together, and it's just a group that comes on, and we have a lot of discussions. Hey, Liz, can you accept it? She says she accepted. Liv is watching. Okay, we need you to go down where. Hold 1 second. I'm going to try to get you on. We're going to get this thing. We're going to get it. Hold just a second. Okay, we're adding you now, Liv. You should be on in just a second. Thank you. You should be coming on now. Come on in, y'all. Y'all bear with us. Okay, it's adding you. It's adding you. So you should be coming in a few minutes. We're going to get this thing one way or the other today. Come on in. Yes. Okay, it's adding you. It's just taking a little while. Okay. Okay, we're trying it again. There we go. It's coming. There you go, Liz. Finally. Come on.
I had to do my do it on my phone.
Oh,
sorry.
So maybe you was the problem. Okay, guys. So we're on here. Thank y'all for being so patient. Earlier, they couldn't hear me. I was riding. So we're on here now. So I'm going to get started. Basically, we can do a replay. So if any questions and things like that, we want to answer those today. But I just, first of all, want to welcome you. Hey, Keisha's on. Keisha, invite some people on if you can. I don't know if you're coming from your regular phone. But thank you. Megan is on. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Make yourself known. I'm trying to get the numbers up, but it's been so many complications. It's okay because we can go back and watch the replay. But I'm so excited. First of all, welcome to Lift, our Lift page, our Ladies in Fellowship together. I'm so excited because I got my y'all. This is my baby sister that's here with me today. Hey, Markeisha. That's Markeisha, Megan. Hey, Markeisha. Okay. Yes. Markeisha, you need to call me. We got a lot to do. But anyway, I just wanted to come on. I said earlier that I promised to come on every Wednesday just to do an inspiration with Liv, just to do just conversations with me, and I'm inviting guests. So I just want you to know that I'm trying to stick to my word. So this is my second Wednesday. Last Wednesday was phenomenal, and this Wednesday is going to be actually because we got a lot to talk about. So there again, I'm going to introduce myself again. I'm Teresa from Lift, Ladies in Fellowship Together. And we come, I'm sure a lot of people have basically seen us or however, but it's Ladies in Fellowship Together where we all come together and we talk and we put things on the table. We hold each other accountable. We have so many different things that's getting ready to come up. But before I get into with Liv, I want to say that this coming Sunday, we're going to have our lift. We're back on the move. So please go to our Lift page, which you're on now, but go and see the information when you get off with this. You can look at it and see it's going to be at 4 o'clock, and it's going to be this coming Sunday, which I think this coming Sunday is the 26th. So go and look at that. Listen, if you can't be in the place, we're going to be in person with our masks on, and we're going to have social distancing. But if you cannot come to the place, we will have our Zoom. So we already have our Zoom address up there. So come on in with that. It's going to be phenomenal. I'm excited. Man, the title by itself is just crazy, broken and beautiful. You do not want to miss this event. All right. It's going to be awesome. All right. So just tell everybody about it. We have the flyer up there. Tag some people for me. All right. So that's what we have going on this Sunday. And we have also in October, we have some events that's coming up. So please stay tuned. I don't want to give it all away yet, but still go on our page and look. Hey, and go look at our website. Go check us out. Find out what we're really about. It has a lot of information.
about us. All right. And we listen, we would love for you to join our lift. Some of the women are not connected with it, or however, the ones that's connected, listen, invite people to go on our web. We would love to have new members in our group. I'm telling you, you would enjoy it. It's awesome. We do a lot of things together as sisters. First of all, we encourage each other. After that, of course, we hold each other accountable for what we do. We love to support women in businesses and ministry and whatever you may have going on. We love to support you. So, okay, so Lift ain't just where we sit down and, we feed you, but you can come help us as well. We would like all women to be able to socialize, in one place. Okay. So that's what we are about. So there again, I'm excited about you guys coming on and being with us. I think I'm gonna call this Live. I think I'm gonna call this Wisdom Wednesday. I don't know if that's you like that. I think that's what we're gonna call it. All right. So instead of just conversations with me, but we'll figure it out. But for right now, we're gonna do that. But I've been really excited because I've been myself trying to actually become a better me. I've been trying to explore, try to not, how I say this, try to move out fear and replace it with faith. Okay. A lot of us, we don't have that. We think we are okay until it's time to step out. But I'm in a position right now where I have stepped out, and let me tell you something. It's taking prayer. Yes, at first I'm like, oh my God. You talk of a thing, but until it really happens. So I'm out there now. I'm excited about it. But we are so afraid of the unknown. So that's the thing. So y'all pray my strength in the Lord, because I'm going out there. Amen. I'm getting out there. So you're going to see a whole lot more of me. Okay. Okay. So there again, listen, I have my sister on the line. This is my baby sister, which she thinks she's my older sister. But this is my baby sister, Mary Elizabeth. She hates that. Her name is Mary Elizabeth Lennon, and she's going to be talking to us today. We're going to be chatting a little bit. First of all, I wanted to say to her how proud I am of her. And y'all, she's behind the scenes person. So some of the names and some of the things you see me do, a whole lot of times, she's on our I call it our think tank. I always call it and talk to her about what I should do. And some of the things I think I'm going to do, she'd say, scratch that. That ain't going to work. That kind of thing. I hate it sometimes, but she's right. So I just want to introduce you to her. She has a lot going on. I'm very proud of her because she never took what she'd been through to let it stop her. So she and that's the thing where when it comes to me, I'm like, I cannot let this thing stop me. I'm always looking up to her when it comes to that, because I've seen her press. I've seen her make it in a situation. If some of you don't know, and she don't mind me saying it, because I mean, it is what it is. And this is her testimony, and I'm going to let her tell her testimony, but I'm going to let you know why I admire her, not just because she's my sister, but I admire her for her push and her effort. Some years ago. How many years has it been, Liv?
It's been 25.
25 years ago. Good gracious. Seemed like it happened yesterday. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
5 years.
Somebody asked, can we give them some fun memories between you? Oh, Lord. Yeah, we will. We'll give you some fun memories. We got a lot of them probably. We'll do that. But this is my baby. This is my blood sister, y'all. This is my blood sister. Because we all sisters, but this is my blood sister. So she ain't from another mother. She's from my mother. We all from the same mother. Okay. We both from the same womb. Okay. So, but I'm so proud of her because 25 years ago, something devastating happened to her. And it caused her what they said, and I still don't say that word around her. It caused her to be paralyzed, is what they call it. But I don't think so. You know, although she's in a chair or whatever, this chick, baby, is not paralyzed. She's only in that chair because she's still working on some things, okay? Mentally. I got a fun moment. I never forget.
Don't do it.
I'm doing it. So I got two fun moments, Liv. Some years ago, we came, I brought the crew, the TSP crew home, and Jeremiah had been helping Liv because she's in a wheelchair. So he had been assisting her all like for, I think, a couple of days. So he's pushing her around, and she's, you know, she's doing all of this and pushing her, and he putting her in the car, lifting her foot and all of this. And so this particular time we went to our mom's house, and he got her out the car and he put her down at the bottom of the step. Well, he went back to the car to either cut the car off or get something out of the car. When he looked, Liv was up the steps already. And the chair was sitting at the bottom, but she was up at the top. So he just started like going crazy, like, oh my God, what is going on? You know, and didn't know the whole time this chick can really walk. All right. So that's one funny moment. The second funny moment, the second funny thing is, Megan, when pastors and preachers used to come to our church, you know, when they see a person in a wheelchair, and it ain't nothing wrong with it, they want to make sure that we know the healing power of God. So they always targeted my sister. So when it got to her and they was like, you're going to walk tonight, you're going to do this tonight, and you're going to stand up tonight. And so after they would pray, I mean, they would be going at it, praying. And we looking like, I know, here we go again. Because those people, they didn't know. So they would be like, okay, are you willing to stand up? And she'd be like, yeah, I'll stand up. And they was like, she's got the faith. She's going to do it. She would stand up and they would just go crazy. But we already knew she could stand up. So that was another thing.
Not my fault.
You know, right. She's really a comedian. Yes, she is. So that's the thing. She said it wasn't her fault. She just went along with them. But that's some of our funniest moments. Do you have one, Liv?
Too many to count.
Okay. Well, I also know that we get in everywhere we need to get in. If we need a front seat, baby, it works for us. So, hey, there's some benefits to this chair. Okay. But I said that to say she is in this chair, but she never was paralyzed, and she didn't let the chair paralyze her mind. So, man, I mean, what did that make that for me? Hard. Because here we are, have two legs, we can walk, we can get places, we can do things. We don't have to have nobody pushing us, tearing us around, although she does it now because she drives, she does it all. You know, I'm telling you, but that's a testimony all by itself that, you know, we, the sisters, had to really come on with it, because we're looking at our baby sister, which is declared paralyzed. She opened one of the best shops in Greensboro. To me, I say it was a 5-star. It was a 5-star beauty salon. I mean, she owned her beauty salon. I mean, she's a nail tech. I mean, all of that. You know, she ran that. She turned around after that when they said she would never be able to do anything. She would never be able to, you know, think and all of that kind of stuff. She'll, you know, this and that. But she turned around. She went to school. She got her BS, her undergrad in social work. Graduated with that. Then she turned around and smacked us again and said, that ain't enough. Let me go ahead and do my master's. She went and got her master's in public administration. And now she's at work now. And nothing stops her. I have to just say this, just bought her first home, you know. I mean, so I don't understand. There's no excuse. Can somebody give me some thumbs up? There is no excuse why we cannot push. She has motivated me. She actually motivated me to go to school, you know, to become an esthetician. And she put me in there. You're coming. You're going. Get your stuff. She took me, signed me up. She pushed me to do that. Just so many different things, you know. And I'm very proud of you, Liv. I'm very proud of you. And so she's with me today, and we're going to talk about a few things. Liz she told me something last week, and she was like, don't get offended. You know, I'm just trying to help you. And I'm like, what? You know, when you think you're working hard, then she come and slam me. But you need people like this in your life. You know, it's not to hurt you, but it's to help you. So we cannot be offensive when people are trying to help us. And Liz is that type of person. She's a straightforward person. A lot of people take her, you know, wrong because she's a very straightforward person. But I always, when I watch straightforward people, I always go back and look at what they have accomplished. Make sure there are some accomplishments with what you're saying. And I've seen just that in her. So today I just wanted to have her on. She had no idea. So that's why we was all raggedy, you know, coming on. She's like, what? I was like, you coming on, you're going to be my guest today. But I wanted to talk to her because I myself have a ministry. And we all know it's the Lift Ministry. And I also, you know, am a co-pastor and the first lady of the House of Judah, World Church of the Harvest. And she said something to me last week because Liz is really good on community. So I wanted to ask her a few questions on how, first of all, Liz, say hey to everybody.
Hi, everybody. Really honored to be here and really count it seriously a joy and a privilege at any moment to be able to speak about anything, especially community, but on here with my sister. I feel special because y'all, she'll never invite me to nothing. So I'm actually here today. I got invited finally. So I'm taking this as an honor moment.
But I said, oh, worship. Go ahead. I told them they don't go to church, but go ahead.
But I'm here and hopefully bring some enlightenment. Those who are stepping out and want to really be active in their community. So yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I am here.
So that's what we're here for. I had a few questions because I wanted to get some advice from Liz and ask her about ministries coming out of the box. A lot of us, our ministries, and even organizations that calls ourselves organizations or however, or your group or whatever you want to call it. You know, you founded it and you got it going and you figured out what your mission is. And we always declare that, you know, we're here to help the people and this and that. And I do believe that there is a certain amount of people for everybody to help in different ways. But I noticed all of us is always talking about what we want to do and how we want to, you know, help the community and most of the time we don't. We began to get comfortable and we began to stay in those four walls. And I believe it puts a crutch or a hold on our ministries, our organizations, or however you want to call it, our groups. I believe it puts a cap on us and it keeps us in a box and it doesn't help us to flourish. So I wanted to know, you know, how as a group, ministry, or however, what are some of the ways that we can get out of the box? And I'm talking for myself because you begin to get comfortable with just the same people, quote unquote, coming in and out. And if one person comes, you think you're growing, but not when you can touch the masses. And I'm not saying to swell because I know it takes time. But I just believe that there are some other things that we can take outside the four walls. So tell me what type of things, even for Lyft, you know, I'm just throwing myself out there, but other people that have women groups or whatever, how can we really, what's some of the steps that we can do to really help the community? Because that's what.
Yes, for me in my experience, I've been working with public programming, especially for 25 years, but I've been with the city for 15, and we are community driven. Most thing that we do is meeting the needs of the community. One of the first things that people, I say, go wrong when working in the community, you get excited and we see what we think the community needs. For example, go into a neighborhood and the neighborhood may uh, not be very well kept. You can say that it may be considered a low poverty, a low income, I should say. But first thing we do is let's just be real, church for an example. What we did, you'll gather a couple of people, and then you'll go out, you'll buy some food, and you'll go give it, and you go give water, and nothing, no shade to anyone, because it's important. But the first thing that the community, first knowing that community, that's not, because every community is built different, and every community has different needs.
Yeah.
So in order for you to meet those needs, you have, and one of the things that I do, perfect example is when I was transferred to this. It's a well-established site, of course, it's with the city, already operating. I had came from the site where I was for 12 years. So the first thing I did, I had experience in the field, but I didn't have experience so far in what was in this area.
Right.
So for a year, I took my hands and I took them and I went back and I evaluated for a year. I surveyed for it. I got out and I went to different community meetings that was within to see who was in the community, what was the community, what was the age, what was the demographics. Those are the things that no one ever thinks about, but it's definitely going and create programs, things for the community.
Mm-hmm.
And then let me rewind a second. One of the biggest Risa downfalls with going out into the community is, first of all, the very poor program.
Okay.
When you're in the community and you say you need to meet a need, it's more, like I said, than you just hand out water and food. There's always something that causes that community to need what they're in need.
Yeah.
It's a root. So you have to find out what that root is. And most of the time you just can't go and put on the hero of it. Because if so, you may get that right then and there, but you have to say, well, what we gonna do next? So most of the time when you do that, it has to come within a program. Okay, how can you make sure that this ongoing need is? So that's where you have programs, where you have events. But really, like I said, researching, knowing your community is something people fail to do. We feel good and we run out here and we do things, and you have no idea. Your first mistake most of the time, I'm just sharing this, but it's not something that I didn't do myself. For example, when I got here, I said, I want to start here. I said, I'm going to start a GED program because people need education. I was so excited. Partnered up with ETCC coordinator. We hit the ground running. We planned for about 6 months. And the next 3 months, we hit every handing flyers. The first event part, I just was so hurt because when I handed out the flyers, one said, and he threw it back, and he said, "You know, GED. I have my GED."
Wow.
So when we were handing them out, people were getting offended.
Wow.
Because the area handing out to do my research to know it was an area that was very educated.
Already.
The flyer, people were getting offended because they were like, why do I automatically assume I don't have an education?
Wow.
I have an education. This is a neighborhood, it is middle class, middle age, and most of them are college graduates.
Wow.
So the program ended up for maybe a couple, and we actually had to merge the few students we had with a lower neighborhood up the street that did not have as many that had education. So that's a perfect example. What was my mistake? I just said somebody needs it, and I went out there and I did it. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to know what your community needs, because you have programs that never make it, and it's not because they're good programs. Sometimes they're just not in good areas. You're targeting the wrong people.
Yeah.
You're trying to do the wrong the community that. So that's it. If it makes sense, that's important. It's very important.
Yes. Okay. So what you're saying is we need to make sure that we target our neighborhoods and find out within the community what the community needs first. Because I do remember you telling me that, because we that's what we was getting ready to do. We told you about something and we was like, hey, we going out here and we're gonna, feed. She was like, they may not need no food.
Yeah.
Go check it out. Go to that apartment complex or wherever you're trying to help, and ask them what the need is.
Yeah. And also, your community, always remember, for whether church, divine nine sororities, fraternities, anything that you're doing that you want to be community driven, always remember your community, they are the experts. They know what that. So you don't ask the community next to them, you ask them, what is it that you need? They'll tell you right out. This is what we need. Yeah, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, there's a bunch of high school boys at the corner. They need something to do. This is what's going on. Do you have a program? They'll tell you. So that's the first thing that we have to do, is to make sure your community is asking them. That's number one, because they'll tell you what they need.
Wow.
Most of them mess up because we go and tell them what they need. Not
Mm.
It's them telling you what they need, what they lack, what they would like to see more of. So if you have a church, especially with you and your ministry, and I think that's the things I shared to you. If you're in a great neighborhood or new neighborhood, tell them, this is us and what we have. You come to us. You say, hey, this is what we're new in town, or we're new to the neighborhood. What is it that you guys need? So when you do come to our church, make sure that we have that for you, that we can accommodate them to meet the needs of this community. Those are the things you have to know. That's the first reason. Knowing your community, allowing them to be the experts and telling you what they need, and going from there. Making sure once you tell them, they tell you what you need, but before you even do that, and you're in that planning phase of reaching out, go to your local neighborhood meeting. Make sure you show up at every meeting.
Yeah.
Sometimes another way that we fail in our program being productive, nobody knows who you are.
Wow.
So if you want to meet people, introduce yourself first. Let them know, hey, we're going to be here. This is what we're doing. Letting them know we're in the neighborhood. Sometimes me, for an example, and I don't want to sound like I'm all over the place, but for an example, times I'm introducing a new program, I'll link with other centers, like, Erica. I'll say, Erica, can you send this out to your people? When next time you're going to have an event, we'll try to come. Or several people say, hey, you have a huge event. Can I come? Can I pass out my stuff? Make sure you promote.
Yeah.
People know. Once they know who you are, you still get out there. Hey, this is what we need. This is who you are. What do you need? Once you figure out what they need, then things kind of go. That to me is the foundational part of is really, really, if you don't get in, your community is the most important.
Your community is. And that's what I was wanting to say, because we can get so caught up, and don't get me wrong, because our church have needs, but the community, we just tend to the people in the church and sometimes forget the community. you know, and I'm just trying to make sure that, you know, we don't get stuck in that place, but you can, because you're so busy trying to see a number. You're so busy trying to see growth and this and that, and don't even realize that it's not within them six same people that you got on the bottle. It's
Right.
true, because you're trying to, so, you know, we don't know how to let up sometimes. And I'm just speaking from a pastor and, you know, in ministry, you know, kind of feel here. So I think this is real good because, you know, and what I want to piggyback off of what Libby said, get involved with your community, but really have it at heart. Don't just get involved with the community because you want to just show your face. I was at a workplace, and I mean, you know, good at what I did. I'm not bragging or boasting, but I'm doing it forever. And I knew how to do this thing. I knew I had a new management, and so they began to try to tell me and everything. And I listened to the things that, because I'm always a listener. Even if I know something, I try to listen because I'm making gain just that one thing that I can add
Right.
to what I'm already doing. But this person had, he didn't pay attention to where I was in the goal. He didn't know what was going on. All he knew is we supposed to be on, and we had to report every hour with this goal. You know, because I had already started preparing by doing my work. And so when we got on, all he wanted to do was tell the goal. He didn't ask how we got the goal, never came down there while we were doing it or anything like that. And it made me feel some kind of way, because I'm saying, you just trying to really show off, but you're not really connected with your workers, and you don't have this at heart, you know. And so I just want to say that we should really care. Don't just try to get out here because it makes your church look good, it makes your ministry look good because you gave $100,000, but you really don't have a heart for the people. Don't get me wrong, wherever those monies can be allocated at or whatever, fine. But I'm just stating, we should have a heart for what we do. We should really have a heart for the people. I feel like it works. And I'm not saying grab onto them people and hold them, rock them all. I'm saying, but make sure that you have a team that really cares, you know, about the people in the community. So because
I mean,
that's our future, even the children in the community. Go ahead.
yeah, also it's important, you know, to know, and you try not to mix, you know, religion and community work, but it goes hand in hand
Okay.
with a lot of things. That is what most people don't understand. And I can speak on, because you and I know how that goes, but sometimes that off of what we really supposed to be comes to ministry wise, because when you gather and when you meet, it is for you to actually come, refuel, and get yourself together, correct anything you may be doing in error, so that you can be the best and be righteous, so you can see what you're out here. So that is still supposed to gear you up, so you can still go back out here and be that
Thank you.
within your community. So at the end of the day, Christ ministry was still community driven. And that's, you know, so it's still having to know, like, that heart, how also still coupling it with what God said, with if they do not accept what I say or what you say, is to shake off your feet, keep moving. So it is very important when you are entering into the community, those programmers or things that you do to help, you have to know everyone is not accept. So you look at everybody didn't come, or only 15 people. That 15 people matters.
Yeah.
Those of us who do this for a living and we try to reach the community, I don't look at it.
Okay.
I have to hear, because it's funding involved. We have to make sure we, you know, get enough people in. But when you are on the other side, that's my passion as well. You know, so for me, it's if five people got what they need. So enter into these communities, you got to know everybody's not on the same mindset. Everybody's going to want what you offer. Everybody's not going to take advantage, but you cannot let that stop you. You have to keep going. Try to go away, or whatever your program is, but also what's important too is what people don't do. I'm particular with this. You have to evaluate after. Analyzing is a part of program planning. Sometimes you put your programs out there. It may not work, but that doesn't mean that it will. Sometimes you got to go back to the drawing board. Hey, what did we do wrong? After every event, and my biggest event here is the Halloween event.
Yes, my God. How many did you have?
The last time we were maybe 100 or 200 short of 2,000.
How many?
So we 2,000. We grow. So no matter how many numbers I have, I still every time I finish, my staff then I get on there afterwards. I have my book out. What went wrong? What did we do? What can we do better? Even though I'm hitting almost 2,000 people and it keeps growing, that doesn't matter to me. I'm still trying to figure out how can we make it better? What can we improve? How can we make this smoother the next time? So it's always sitting back. Never put anything out there in the community with one plan. I always keep going, and you finesse and you finagle things so you can continue to make it better. And I'm trying to talk your head off. I'm trying to get everything what I can.
No, it's good. It's good.
Make
and I wish, and
better.
I pray that people, we replay it because they need to hear this information. It's good stuff.
Yeah, you do that because when you're reaching the community, even with your church, how long have you been in the location you're in?
Well, we are in another location, but we was in that location for 5 years.
So within 5 years, people change. People move. Demographics change. So sometimes you going back out here with the same stuff, you don't even have the same community.
Wow.
That's why it's important for you to go back, view who's there, go back out there. A comprehensive plan needs to be done at least every 5 to 7 years for any organization. So if you have your church, you were still at that last location, it would have been good for you guys to turn around within that 5th year and say, okay, it's time to get back out here. The same we 5 years ago might not. Or think about it. If a person has a 10 people in their household and you have all youth events, that kid is 15 now and may not be interested in what you offer. Now you got a bunch of teenagers. When you moved in, it was a bunch of 5 and 6 year olds. Now you got teenagers in your neighborhood. So you had nothing but preschool stuff for them to do when they came to your church. Now you got a whole demographic of kids. Now, those are the things that you have to do when you're working with your community. You got to stand firm on what you want to offer, but you still have to know that things evolve and you have to change with it as well. That's people's biggest mistake. They still offer 30-year programs for a neighborhood and community that's not even the same.
Wow.
So that's what you have to know. Community work is underrated, but it is a lot of work.
Okay.
A lot of work. You have to, and you have to really have time because it takes time. Some programs, and when you do things in the community, it booms overnight. And then some stuff, now I have a program. I've been teaching that program for 4 years. And I'm like, it's the same people from 2 months ago that came and blew out, the Halloween. What am I doing wrong with this one? So that's the drawing board every year. What can I finesse? What can I do? Why are they not? Each year it gets a little better, a little bit more people. We have to keep going. Those are the things that you have to know when you're working with the community. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Good work, but it's a lot.
Wow. Woo! Okay, so that's good stuff.
Yeah.
With let's do a few questions. If nobody asks, we'll cover one more thing, and then we'll do what we do.
Okay.
Any questions out there of anybody that wants to ask a question on, something maybe you're working on, maybe you're not seeing the results that you need, if this has helped you, you could say that. Megan says you have to be willing to change. People are afraid of that word. Yes. I was one of them, Megan. I'm still working on it. I ain't that bad, but yeah, because I like new stuff. I like fresh stuff. But sometimes it's depending on what you're trying to change.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I do agree with that. I really agree with that. And that's like you said, that word is just, whoo, we are so afraid of. And that's why we stay where we are now, probably the same.
And if I may say this before any question, I'm glad she said that. And I think I said earlier, everything's important, but really what's important is when you go out into communities, especially lower income or people who are in poverty, mindset is important. Because most of, like I said earlier, we'll go and hand out water, we'll go and hand out food, and not tell people how to do it, which is where the church is supposed to come in to invite that they can learn, and then they can go back out. But at the same time, we can't get offended because people's mindset are not always where we want it to be.
Yeah.
So perfect example. Let that dishearten you. You have to keep. I have a hoop block that's close to 2,000 people, right? I will be honest, most are African American, very few white people in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to be sensitive, make sure I say this correctly. However, a month later, I offer a financial class to help you with your retirement, will, college funding. I have show. In August, I have a community festival where vendors from all over come to give you information on how to better your life. I have about 50 people. Anything that I do that is about changing you, I have very little to none people show up.
Wow.
Anytime I have to have full staff and 1,000+ people are here. So when you go, you still have to know where the majority of people's mindset is. We're out here doing this because a lot of people, they don't want to hear anything that has to do with having a will when you die, having life insurance, having those things. People just want to pain, which is why we're out here doing what we're doing. But those are the things that you have to make sure, not going out thinking everybody's mindset is like yours, but it's not. So you have to make sure you keep that in mind out here planning and doing these things, because some people are very sensitive because they're not where you are. So you have to know how to embrace and how to get people to try to. So that's important too.
Wow. Hey, Lamont. Yes. We have Pastor Jamal on here, Jamal Harris. Yeah, he's on here, and he said that thank you. He said because they're I guess they're planning some things or whatever they're doing. They're trying to prepare for some things. Hey, Miss Tammy. So he said thank you for the chat. Thank you for that information. And Jamal, she's right there in your area. She does take consultations. She set up a time to talk to you guys and things of that sort. She's phenomenal in that area. So Jamal, if you need any more help in that area, and that's another one that I'm very proud of. Oh my gosh, it's Jamal.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of him. So just keep it moving, Jamal. Like I said, it's Jamal or Jamal?
It's Jamar.
Jamar.
We all
okay.
Stuff.
I'm sorry. And
we've been saying that for years. Jamal.
Yeah, that's one of our homeboys from our home church. But I'm very proud of him because I watch a few of his things, and we need to support each other. Um, so that's the thing. I will reach out. Liv, he said he will reach out to you. Yes, that would be good,
Oh,
Jamal, to reach out to her. It's a blessing because she's in your area. Um, and so I'm very proud of that. Thank you, Lamont. Thank you so much. I thank y'all for y'all support. Y'all don't know how much it means, like when you guys get on and support us and just hear what we have to say. And I was just thinking right now, and we didn't say what we was going to be talking about. It could have been full, but I understand people are working. That's the good thing about the replay. Tammy is on here, and Tammy and I was just telling my sister that we were going to bring her in. Tammy and I are thinking about where we are going to get together, and we want to do an entrepreneuring kind of a piece for people that's branding and getting out there. And I'm working on that piece as we speak. Today, matter of fact, just putting a date with it and put some things down. I can't do nothing just regular. So yes, I don't want nobody just coming in and just sitting straight talk. So I'm just trying to figure out all the entities that we can bring in and we can talk about, because let me tell you something. It is time for us to have our own. Let me see. How important is it to leave a team behind you? Wait a minute. To have a team behind you. So Megan asked the question. She says, how important is it to have a team behind you? That's a good question. Say something on it. Lamar said,
how,
okay, go ahead.
yes, it's very important, and that's a great question. It's very important to have people behind you, because no matter how many years, how much experience you may have, you're bound to forget something. You're bound to see something, may not see something, a different angle or perspective. I say all the time when we're doing stuff here, and I get on all the time, especially my front staff, Tina, different ones, she works closely with me. I'll put something together and say, look, and sure as I say, you missed this right here. Why don't you do this? Or why don't you do that? It's always good to have another mind or brain of mine what you're doing, because that is your support system, because you can't do it yourself. Even though I plan it, and you always have a mastermind, but a mastermind has to have a dynamic team. Because if you can just be sitting there with a bunch of stuff, and it's got to go
Oh
forward.
my God. Ooh, I'm sensitive on this topic. Ooh, I'm sensitive.
This is very important. Having a good team is very hard.
It's very, Jesus, tell me about it.
Very unfortunately, because most people don't know their place. So when everybody is aware of their place, how they're going to part and how effective their part is, then you can, let's say this though, it's important to have a good team, but it's important for you to be led on how to build your team. Let everybody be a part of what you're doing. So some people may get upset, and we hear sometimes when we say, oh, they did this, they done got brand new and they don't talk to people. No, sometimes you just have to have the right people around you. Sometimes you have to build your own team.
That's good.
You do, because it's very
Lamont,
so.
Lamont says it's very important, and you got to have, he just said basically what you said, you got to have the right people with the same mindset and spirit.
Yeah. What did he say? I'm reading a question.
Okay, he said that basically what you just said, that they need to have that same mindset and they have to have a good spirit.
How do you figure out the right place without offending? Because you want everyone a part, but everybody can't be a part. You answered your own question. That's pretty much
That's good,
it.
Tammy.
Yeah, that's going to be everybody can't be a part. And unfortunately, when it's something that especially is dealing with where people are going to be in life and how a person is going to progress, everybody is not going to be able to walk that walk and go out and do that. Like I said, working in the community is underrated, because all have done their part, and because it's so common to people, everybody think they can do it, but everybody. Okay, so therefore, you have to be very selective. And yeah, you may hurt a couple of feelings, Lamont. You might. Everybody can't go with you. It's very important, because you want the project, what you're doing to succeed. So it may be some hurt feelings. I've heard several, but I have to get the job. Not being cutthroat and demeaning and disrespectful, but you have to know who can do what. I know who to put at my front desk when I'm at. I just had the senators and city council in the building a couple of weeks. I have to have the right people at the front desk on how to act, what to say. I can't put forward. They have great staff, but everybody doesn't have that rapport. So I know who to put up, who not to put up, put in this area, who to do what. So it's important. You've got to know. And that's where you have to take the lead and know that.
And I think, and not be afraid of that, whether it be, your daughter, your son, your sister, your brother, your bestie, or whoever, knowing where to put people, knowing where to put them, and making sure that they respect. I think, Tammy, it's also respecting what your vision is. They have to respect what your vision is and understand that they may not be a part of that vision. And guess what? It's okay. What else can I do? Can I get some water out the car? You got to have them kind of people around. And then you might not be able to get that because I don't need you slamming the water down because you're serving water. Okay? Water is important. We need this so we won't choke. I mean, I'm just saying little stuff like that. We might laugh at that, but it's very important where people are, how they sweeping the floor, how they doing it. Every little entity is important when you are doing something. And I'm gonna tell you from I gotta really work on it. I talked about character Sunday, man. Woo! I have to really work on that because you want to see me get like, hey, go sit down. I mean, because we're not here to be, and you have to make sure. I'm gonna say this part. You have to make sure that people that you choose are not trying to take a star seat, to be the star and try to be seen and all of that kind of crap, because that's not what you need. We need people that can get the job done, including ourselves, and to carry out the vision of what we have so we can make this thing work,
Yeah,
so that's
community.
just something we need to do and wipe it up. I'm real sort of wipe that up. We got something to do, and especially for community and kingdom. I'm real, don't come representing him any kind of way. That's just me.
Yeah, when we do events here, we just had one this past weekend. When there's events and different things of that nature, you will see the city manager. You will see everybody out in their city shirts like I have on right now, and everybody's doing work. There are no big little U's comes to a mission.
Right.
Done. All have to be on the same page.
Yeah. Tammy says we must always be teachable and able to receive correction. Oh Lord, girl, that's good. That's good. That's good. We do. And even us.
Yeah.
Even the person that's giving it. Even the CEO.
Right.
Yes, we all have to be able to take correction. I think that's really good. All hands on deck. Lamont, she doesn't play. Oh yeah, Lamont part of the team. And it's
yeah.
You got to make sure people don't put their feelings in their pocket. Go ahead and read Megan's. Can you see?
In other words, stop putting your feelings on your.
Right. Okay.
But I will say this though, if I don't get to say anything else, and I think this is where this sparked this conversation, and I'm a very political person as well, you know that, and I make sure that I I make sure that I get all the information, what's going on, not just in the community I work for, but in my community as well. Being a minority, that go on. And there was a doctor on one of the shows that I watched, and that's where I got that from.
Yeah. Wait, Liv. Wait. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's how I'm gonna end it. And that's how no, you're doing good because you brought it back up. You reminded me. That's how I wanted it. Let me just say this. My sisters and I, we all get on the phone, and when we get on the phone, if I call one, just be ready to talk to the other one because the other one is already dialing the other one. So we are all on the phone. All my sisters, we was on the phone for about 3 hours on what, Friday or Saturday.
Saturday.
And she began to ask Liz, the baby, Charlene, and I have 3 sisters, and Angie is the oldest. That's my sister. Everybody know Angie. She's sort of shy, but everybody waits to hear what she has to say because it's just so much knowledge. Okay. Then we have Shalina. I mean, Miss Politics herself. I mean, what can I say? I mean, I'm just like, are you serious? Is that how you're gonna leave this? Yeah. I mean, it's cut dry. She ain't got no oil on it. Be just ready to take it. All right. And then no, let me go back. It's Angie, myself, then Shalina, and then it's Liz. So out of all of that, we had talked, and you know me, I'm slinging. We all slinging slugs, and we just have fun, you know. And at the end, Liv asked, she said, "Well, what do you plan to do within the next 2 years?" And I was like, "Okay." So I started telling her, you know, what I want to do and everything. And I was like, why she pinpoint me out? I mean, she asked the rest of the sisters. And so we just went on. And ever since I've talked to her about that, my mind has been just going and turning and turning and turning and turning. But she left us with something, and she stated this on one of her sayings. And Liz put out some real serious stuff sometimes. So I'd be like, man. So she stated, and I want you to talk about that statement that you left, and it makes sense on what you're saying. So let's swing that out to him.
Well, I was listening on one of the political shows, and he said something that was jaw dropping for me too at that moment. And he said, you know, because once again, community work is my thing. Said, you know, if you do not fight, and you don't really, we talk a lot. We talk a whole lot. Very little is done, you know, when it comes to Black Lives Matter, you know, crime or whatever. People like to blow up social media. But when I've gone to protests, I've done things, there's about 20 of us out there. People don't react, and people are not very involved. And so if you do not continue to fight to have a seat at the table, then you will automatically be on the menu.
Wow.
And said that, I was like, wait, what? And I thought about it, and I said, he's right. You know, people have these sayings, I don't want a seat at the table. If you don't want a seat at the table, then you better know you're up for dinner. You're going to be a part of the selection. And that's so important that, you know, whatever you do, make sure your voice is heard. I don't care if it is lift where you are up women, you know, rather you are doing prison ministry, you know, whatever it is, trust and believe there's several things out here. There's crime, there's women being beaten, there's people being raped. It's a lot of things going on that everyone's help is needed. But you don't try your best to make sure you fight to get to that table so your voice can be heard on the things that are important, needed. And you know, they do crabs, drop you right in the pot, and you just get boiled with everybody else. Or that we stay strong and not be, you know, have to remain encouraged. Go and we do these things, and I promise you, some days I'm not a very emotional person, and I don't like talking a lot. But I talk to, you know, share things with her. I'm a real person. I'm like, I don't understand. You know, there's certain things I've been fighting for, and she knows, and I've been saying stuff for years, you know, and it's like, nobody's listening to me, or nobody's paying me any attention. I've been saying it for years. Or I'm advocating for some, they look at me sideways. Just know that the work that you do, sometimes it seems like it's not important. People just remember Jesus had to go outside his
Come on.
respect him. So just know that, we have to get out of that mindset of pleasing everybody and social media on what looks good. You better not live your life by what you see, because some of these things are not what they're made up to be.
Okay.
So you are out here, be a voice to your community. I don't care whatever you do. I'm a very proud person. If I go and walk to the end of the street, wave a banner, you wave that banner to the best of your, do anything. And so even with those of you who are starting with, community, with your workout, that's a lot of stuff that we all have to make sure that we stay up part too. Making sure your stuff is not raggedy. You can't tell people to follow you. Your stuff is not done. I'm a lot of things, but I believe in being.
Oh my God.
Sure your stuff is right.
Oh
All done. Okay? Because it's important. You can't tell anybody to follow
come on.
what you're doing yourself. So, and that's me too. Sometimes I sit in my room and I'm like, you need to practice what you preach. It's just real. I'll never lie to you. And always remember, these are the things that you have to keep in the forefront. Because once again, this is ministry. This is ministry. Working in the community is ministry, because you are taking something to people that can either be affected their life or it can hurt them.
Come on.
It's a good, or you're going to be bad at it. You're going to bring them up or you're going to bring them down. So that's why it's important for you to have that, educate yourself. If you're going out here, make sure you know what you're telling people. I didn't get up here today talking off the top of my head. This is 25 years of experience that I have of what I've been doing. And I have the education behind it. If you're going to be out here, like I always tell people, if you're going to uplift women, okay, go get your trainings. Get everything you need when it comes to get your psychology degree if you're going to be telling people this is what you need to change. Those are the things that you need to do. So that's a whole nother story. That's another 2 hours. But I wanted to leave that. Hopefully it's been, I'm always here. You better get me before 150 an hour. But right now I'm free. And I'm seriously, I'm not that type. You need me, anything you need help with your nonprofits, admin wise, administration is what I do on a daily, everything. I'm here. Just let me know, Teresa, share my info, I have 5,000 emails, whichever one you want to email me.
Yes, we're going to put it up. Yes.
Yeah. I will email you. It's really simple. It's Liz_at Yahoo.
You putting it up?
Email me, and if you have anything, I'm here. I always will.
That's right. There it is. She pinned it up. Y'all, please go and get this. And if you need, inbox her, talk to her. Jamal, she will be good for you. I love to see, and I like what you're doing. She will be good. She's in your area. It doesn't matter if she's in the area or not. We got Zoom. We got all kinds of stuff. That's my aunt, y'all. She's blue hair, smart. She's famous. She's a superstar, and she is. She's our superstar in our family. Every time we think about giving up, we look at her. We cannot give up. We cannot give up. We gotta keep pushing. We gotta keep pushing. And
your life and what you do, you're the medicine for somebody.
That's right.
Somebody.
That's right.
You're someone needs. And what's my saying? My phrase in life is really simple. Who you are, be who you are, because who you are, somebody needs. Don't make sure that things be true. Don't go out there start these organizations and it ain't what you supposed to. You're not Ilana, what is it, Van Zandt. You don't give encouragement to people if you don't know.
Because you can lead them so, I know that's a whole nother conversation, but you can lead them. I mean, and don't be afraid if you're not there yet, even like what I'm in Lift. If you're not doing that, send them to somebody that's doing that. Don't be afraid of that. And that's when we talked about therapy, you know, and stuff like that. We laying hands, I mind up, shots out there. They don't need that. They need the prayer, but no, they need some therapy. They need to sit down and talk to somebody on a consistent base. They need a life coach. They need someone to coach them into what they need to be in, and talk to them about some things, and find out from the root of things. You know, you got them choking up and talking about this and that. No. Sometimes they need to move on to the next, and don't be afraid of that, leaders. CEOs or whoever you are, you know, don't be afraid of that. If you've taken a person as far as you can take them, don't be afraid of that, you know.
And you know, just felt seriously, the spirit is just that. It's there for you, and it's a reliever, and it's a healer, but people still have to live. So the spirit is just that. It's for you, but you still have to know how to live afterwards. That's what Christ came for.
Right.
To teach you live the right way, which is righteous. So we still have to know you can lay hands on people, but afterwards in that spirit, because that's what we invoke that spirit to come and be whatever it need at that time, healer or deliverer, whatever the case may be. But when that spirit and people come down, and that's what happens, they still sitting there. Okay, what's next?
What's next?
So you have to know what's next. So that's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother, right? That's a whole nother. We don't want to, but that's it, and that's just some of the things. Even with I throw out with Lift that we, man, I'm just excited for what God is doing, because we are putting all of the pieces of the puzzle together. You know, you don't just come and drink juice and get your chicken salad. No. We hold you accountable. What else are you going to do after this? And it's no excuse, because we are now putting people in place that needs to be in place, like your therapists and like your people and stuff like that. So we're working on a lot of things, because I, like you say, I just want to grow, and I just want to be able to provide every need that people need as much as I can. And like I said, not be afraid to take it down the street to another one if we ain't doing that. Don't be afraid of that. Don't hold people hostage and not getting them no help because hey, you can't help them. Just send them on, you know, to somebody that can help them, and not be afraid of that. So what's that? Therapy is good, and it helps us to get to the root of the problem. You're right, Tammy. Absolutely. So we can't be afraid of that. Any more questions? We get ready to end. Liv, we took up some of her time today, a lot of her time, but it's all good. We needed this, and she is a part of the team. Her and my husband are like, I mean, Lord help us. She loves him. And they're working together on some community events and things like that. Make sure you inbox me. Okay, that's Markeisha. Okay. Not the chicken salad, man. This was great. All right. Hey, Lady Dandy. Okay, thank you so much for coming on. She said it was awesome. Good. And like I say, I'll just, you know, pray that people get on the replay, because man, I should have had this like I thought I was getting a good hour, you know, but let me tell you something. We really need this, and we need to abide by this, because it's gonna help us. So this is my baby sister, y'all. So I have no excuse.
Love y'all.
We all got the goods. We got the goods. All right. So we love y'all. Thank y'all so much. And don't forget to tune in to our Lift on this coming Sunday. You can tune in with our Zoom, or we're meeting in person. And we are doing social distancing, and we're definitely doing the mask thing. But you don't want to miss this Sunday. It's called Broken and Beautiful. So come and see us. We thank God for our guest that came on, Liz, Mary Elizabeth Lennon. Okay.
Y'all, please
go and inbox her. Hey Ollie, go inbox her, and you know, let her know what you need. There she is. You better get her now. All right.
Now,
We're trying to get her to move to Houston.
y'all know the drill. I have
Said that we had to have 300. What was it? 200 members, 200 or 300 members. This was great, and I don't say okay. Forget the book club. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Tammy. She said, "Don't forget the book club tonight." Ooh. Now, Liv, y'all need to get on the book club.
I'm coming.
You the one motivated me to get a book club, and then you don't even want to be on the book club.
No.
Get on the book club. Y'all, this it's not correct. It's not your norm. Y'all give me some hearts and stuff. If you know it's not your norm, this ain't no normal book club where we boring and we laid out, baby. It is awesome. Get on the book club tonight. We'll be on the book club at 7:30 tonight. Baby, they want to move everybody. Yes, we're moving her to Houston too. We just imagine, we're having all, baby. We bringing Tammy to Houston. She don't need. We bring her to Houston, baby. We bring her to Houston. I'm praying everything go right where you're at and everything close out. But we bringing her to Houston too. We need them. But and you know what? We should be glad when somebody asks us, because sometimes we be like, hey, go ahead, stay when you're leaving. Like my husband say, don't be happy twice. Happy to see you. What was it? Happy to see you come, happy to see you go, or something like that. But
Please.
yes, Jerry. But listen, the book club is tonight. That's the old tonight.
Man,
Don't
I gotta
forget
go.
to come on. We are reading the Evolve book. Hold on, let me get it. Wait. Here we go. What the fuck? So this is the book. I know it's probably upside down, huh? But this is what we're reading. We're reading The Woman Evolved by Sarah Jakes Roberts. So tonight we're on chapter 2. Listen, you're not too late to come on. Go ahead, get your book. If you haven't read it, still get on. We'll bring you up to where you need to be. And you can order your book and get it back in one day from what is it, Amazon? So
Yeah, I have it.
yes, said the first girl. So bring it in. Bring it on in. Y'all don't miss this. I think we got about 10 to 15 people on there now. I mean, and the book is really, really good. Okay, she's bringing out a lot of good things. Okay, so come on tonight. I hate Jerry. So come on tonight. Okay, all of the information is on our Lift HOJ page. Okay, so I think that's it.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Markeisha, get on the live tonight. I mean, get on there tonight. Okay.
Okay, love y'all.
Love you. She got to go to work, but she'll be fine.
Love
Okay,
y'all.
bye.